My 28F fiancé, 30M, basically told me that he can understand why my abusive ex used to hit me. From the ages of 16 to 21 I was in a physically abusive relationship with an older man. He was 8 years older. It was the worst period of my life. I ran away from home to be with him and then he spent years abusing me. I managed to leave after he gave me a broken eye socket. I then met my now fiancé when I was 24 and we got engaged a year ago. A few hours ago we got into argument because I saw that he was following his ex-girlfriend on Instagram, which made me uncomfortable. He became agitated and after going back and forth for a while he told me, "Is this the type of shit you pulled on your ex that made him have to shut you up?" I was stunned. He's very aware of what I went through with my ex-boyfriend and he knows I was in therapy for it. Now he's in bed and I'm on the sofa, crying because of what he said. I need advice because I have no idea where to go from here. My fiancé is the best thing that ever happened to me and I don't want to lose him, but I'm scared that I'm about to enter a bad marriage. Looks like he is showing you exactly who he is, believe him. I'm scared that I'm about to enter a bad marriage. You should be. That's a massive red flag. Pack and leave. That is not something you say to someone that has suffered an abusive relationship. He justified the abuse you received and blamed you for it. Even if he never physically abuses you in the future, he's opened the door for mental abuse. I would really evaluate if this is someone you want to spend the rest of your life with. He has shown he has no boundaries for hurting you. Even in the heat of the moment, that's a big thing for him to say. He saw the line and then long jumped over it. I'm worried for you. I don't have very much advice to give, but trust your gut. For me, I don't think that's something I could come back from. I don't think I'd ever be able to look at him the same. My heart hurts for you. I hope you are able to find safety and happiness soon. Not only is that wildly insulting to you, it's a sign that he's bought into the very outdated sexist view that women need a slap to shut them up. That men are logical and women are manic and need to be controlled, physically. This is the sort of thing that was around in the 1950s. If he has those sort of views, then it's going to be a problem in a marriage. Make it clear that it's not a dynamic you're willing to put up with. He needs to unlearn the sexist bullshit or you two don't have a future. That's not even counting whatever's going on with his ex. Wow. His true colors are starting to show. You never use someone's past abuse against them for any reason. Like I said, his true colors are showing. Take it as it is and run for the hills. This behavior was not warranted. All you were doing was expressing discomfort about something that naturally would make many uncomfortable. I imagine this behavior will only get worse with time. Leave, girl. You deserve so much better than this. Don't risk repeating history by staying. Now you know the truth. Your fiancé finds physical abuse to women acceptable. At this point he needs to be your ex-fiancé. Leave. Because if he can justify another person ever laying hands on you, he is so much more likely to do it too. Many people who are in abusive situations talk about how it didn't start until after the wedding. Because then they were trapped. Anyone who would ever say that it was your fault or that you deserve to be hit doesn't deserve to be in your life. Find a new fiancé. I'm sorry, but he is not the best thing that happened to you. Someone who says that is not the best thing. And please, when he comes crawling back and to say, he was joking, and, he didn't mean it, it's bullshit. Even if he was angry, this is way below the belt. Does he typically say things like that? When he is angry or defensive, what kind of person is he? Oh. I didn't read past the title and popped in to say giant waving red flag. Run the fuck away fast as you can. Tell that boy bye. And that's as nicely as I can say it. Bad relationships become bad marriages if they go that far, right? Because he just made sure to let you know you're in a bad relationship. He might apologize, but the only thing he will be sorry about is letting the cat out of the bag before he had you locked in. He showed you who he is, believe him. Also, have you been in therapy at all? Just curious because I've learned myself once there's trauma of some kind, it's like flies to a carcass. If you don't address it, sometimes you just keep attracting the same type through no effort of your own. It's like they can smell blood in the water, I swear. Just something to consider. Wow, that's disturbing. He chose to say something that he knew would be the worst thing he could possibly say. Then was happy enough to punish you further by going to bed, leaving you crying on the sofa. I would delay any marriage plans for now to see what he says and does going forward. Just in case you've got out of one abusive relationship and jumped into another. There are 2 red flags here. Trust yourself. Go to chumplady.com and look up Darvo. He verbally hit you. And now you have started a relationship with another abuser, who will hit you if you stay. Now you know. Get out now. Believe people when they show you who they are. First thing he does is justify abuse, so his next step would be to abuse you, since he has justified it and saw you stayed. If he's the best thing that's ever happened to you, then not many good things have happened to you. Find better. I'm scared that I'm about to enter a bad marriage. Yes, you are. Girl, this man does not see hitting women or partner or another human as something wrong. Only reason he hasn't pulled it yet is maybe because he has some high tolerance. Eventually, that limit will come close, and he just gave you a heads up of where it lies. Run. Fiancé is very important, but better ex-fiancé than ex-husband or you being ex-alive. Time to run. If he says something like this, who knows when he will follow up on his action. Also, that is manipulative as fuck. He would only say that to hurt you or make you feel small. I can understand why he hit you, but look how I don't hit you, and you should be grateful I am dating you. People get pissed and say shit that they regret, but this was deep. Do what you feel is best. Break up with him immediately. RUN. Google love bombing, so you understand what he's doing if you try to leave, and do not fall for it. You needn't waste another second with an abusive shitbag. What he said was very much over the line. 1. He does not condone abuse. 2. He's indirectly saying you deserved it. 3. He's indirectly saying he's able of abuse. This is my understanding. See if he will apologize. If he does, then also make sure he understands why what he said was wrong. Also, following your ex is fine, trust your partner. I'm in good contact with mine, but only because I know 100% that there's nothing between us. If I found myself naked with her and knowing that nobody would ever know about it, I'd still not do it. I have no attraction to her on a physical or emotional level. I'm sorry, but you're in another abusive relationship. This one is emotional, and not physical. Oh, you do want to lose him? Who the hell says something like that? No. Unacceptable. Is this the first thing of this type he's ever said? I'll bet not. Even if not about your abuse directly, anyone who lashes out in anger in response to their partner's very reasonable concern is not ready for marriage. He sounds immature and hostile. Set your boundaries firmly. You can do it. Get rid of him, sis. Anyone who condones, accepts, makes excuses for, or perpetrates violence is not a good person. He basically told you that not only was your ex in the right for abusing you, but that he would also do the same thing if you don't act and speak the way he wants you to. Girl. This is a major issue. Remove yourself from his life and get as far away as you can. Yeah, that's the biggest reddest flag ever. If he's willing to justify your past abuse, he's willing to be abusive. Hitting a partner is never justified outside of an actual self-defense situation. And in that situation it should be a quick disarm, disable, and GTFO strategy. He was doing something a bit sketchy, you called him on it, and he brings up your past trauma. At the very least you should postpone marriage plans, but I would personally consider this a deal breaker. That comment shows that he thinks like an abuser. He said that your actions was what made your ex hit you, that you were responsible for the fucked up behavior of your abuser. You weren't responsible. But you are responsible for your own future happiness. Find that either alone or with another dude, because this one is bad news. There's no excuse for him saying that. Reconsider marrying him. You deserve respect in your relationships. He ain't got it. Leave men like him think you will also put up with him hitting on you. Run. Girl, leave him. That comment alone should terrify you. You don't deserve someone saying that to you no matter what argument is about or who instigated. Uncalled for. Woo-ah there, honey. That is a huge flag of the brightest red I've ever seen. My eyebrows shot up reading that comment, and I'm concerned for you. Those sorts of comments are not acceptable ever, for any reason. I don't care how big the fight is, it does not ever warrant that. Please reconsider this relationship. If you don't leave, at the very least insist on couples therapy before you tie the knot. Yeah, he's a bad egg, hun. Get the fuck out while you can. I'm sorry this is happening to you. My only advice is, this is not the sort of problem that marriage will make better. Please listen to your gut. Leave him. It will be the same thing all over again. I am so sorry you are going through this. He's abusing you too, emotionally, verbally. He minimized the violence as well. Please leave this man. No. This is horrifying, like actually sent chills down my spine. This is the hugest red flag. Thankfully you can got out now rather than realizing he is capable of abuse after getting married. Please no, only a monster can say this to someone. I'd leave immediately. That statement tells you everything you need to know about him. Lots of people get into relationships with people who were previously in abusive relationships and they still manage to never, ever say the kind of thing your fiancé said. Leave now. Don't look back. Get therapy. Find a man who deserves you and truly believes you never deserved to get hurt in the first place. Location flag, 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 location flag. Girl, run. This is so not okay. Do not marry this man. His comment was completely unacceptable. Can you live the rest of your life with someone who is comfortable telling you that he understands why someone abused you? A decent partner would never wash your face with that. That is a huge red flag. Abuse is never okay or deserved. I feel like a situation like this could escalate over time into him feeling that it's okay for him to abuse you. I am sorry that you have been abused and I am sorry that your fiancé said what he said. You deserve better. Good luck. I think that you need to put the brakes on this relationship. If this is the best thing that ever happened to you, I'm sorry because you truly do deserve better. I think it's time to start planning your exit strategy from your living situation. If you can afford it, some therapy might be helpful in dealing with this. Your fiancé is a dick. 1. When you were 16 to 21, you were young and innocent. You were taken advantage of by an older man. 2. What kind of trash guilt trips you? Holy shit, he literally used your weakness against you. A sensitive part of your life. Get him out of your life, he's a pos. Do not get married to him. He doesn't care about your feelings. When you talk to him about following his ex-girlfriend, he literally blames you for the issues. He is taking one of the worst parts of your life and using that for justification. Someone who loves you would never use something like that against you. He would care about how you feel. He is not the best thing to ever happen to you. He's just slightly better than the last guy. He just showed you his true colors. Leave before it's too late.